Well, hey, please, how you all doing? Chat, long time. How is it? I can see. Wow, so many things have changed in the world. But Sarah O'Halloran, you've got a new username, DJ Parody. Hello to you. Thank you so much for joining. You're always first here, guys. How the hell are you?
I'm tanned, in case you haven't noticed.
Not tanned. It's just been raining here in London. Jess, you look like you've got sun somehow, and you're.
I definitely don't have sun, so it must be my lighting.
Oh, you got. I need some of that lighting then. Stu, how you doing?
Doing well. It's summer. Can't complain.
That's it. So, guys, we're here. Like, it feels like quiet season when it comes to Eurovision, but there's been things going on. Hello to you, Euroboy 4. How you doing? Kalispera, thank you for coming to join us on a live. We're going to talk about anything Eurovision. So anything Eurovision related you guys in the chat want to ask, want to talk about. Let's have a quick check-in, a quick catch-up with you all, because it's been quiet this summer, and we did promise that we would come back and do some lives. Hey, Rye Bailey, how you doing? We've had some little, hey, Itala Nasso, hello to you. And we've got Vig's Flash Films. Right, guys, I've got some questions. What Eurovision songs have you been streaming over the past week?
Zitti E Buoni, I Want to Be Your Slave, which is not exactly a Eurovision song, but yes, exactly a Eurovision song. It's the next single to Zitti E Buoni from Måneskin. I'm still listening to Loco Loco, and surprisingly to I Don't Feel Hate, which else? Blind Channel, and Matahari. I think those are my songs.
Yes.
Interesting mix. This past week, I've been addicted to Je Me Casse by Destiny. And I've also added Zitti E Buoni to my Spotify for the first time. I'm kind of getting more into that song now.
Yes.
Yes, I know, I'm getting there, don't worry. And Maps has come up quite a lot by Leslie Roy.
Nice.
Go on, Stu.
It hasn't changed too much since before Eurovision. Like, I'd say Shum is still probably the track that I go back to like over and over, and not just listening to the music, but watching the performance as well. And then a bunch of the national selection songs from Norway and Italy. The Moon is Rising is one that I like to return to every once in a while. Yeah. Oh my God as well.
Well, you won't be surprised that Zitti E Buoni has probably been my most streamed Eurovision song this week. But I've also been listening to some national final songs, Stu. Can you guess which ones?
One Touch, Kariatu.
Yeah, oh my God, yes.
Yeah. I would have expected so. I don't know. It's got that summer feeling to it, and I know that you like that song.
Oh, it sounds even better to me now than it did back when it was released for Melfest. And also Pedro Goncalves from Festival de Canção as well. That's back on my playlist. And yeah, Clara, of course, Måneskin's pretty much all of the songs from their album.
Yeah.
We've got some more people in the live. We've got Volva. Hello to you.
Hi.
Are you from Belarus? I can't remember. I recognise the name. I'm sure you're from Belarus. So if you are, hello to you. We've got Ben Enti. Hey, how you doing? We've got Takom. We've got X Lopez. Hello to you. You're streaming Finland.
Yes.
Yes. We've got Carlos Allen. We will talk about Croatia shortly. Keep asking your questions, guys. Hey, Matthew Blackie, missing you too. Hope you're well. Volva, we're happy to see you. One Touch is all. Yes, that's such a tune, guys. If you don't know what song I'm talking about, listen to Kadiatu, One Touch from Melfest this year. It is a tune. We've got Eurovision South Africa. Which Woods? That I can't remember who that was.
Melfest.
Melody Grand Prix.
MGP. What was the name of the singer?
Emmy.
Oh, it was Emmy. Okay. Yeah. We've got, hey, Yusuf, how you doing? We've got Frankie in the house. We're good. We've got Jose Santos. Hello. We've also got BHTV Network. That's a very, very long username. You hope Romania will join Eurovision in 2022. I'm pretty sure they will be there. And Rye Bailey, you're saying that you're mostly listening to Italy and Malta. We've got Detroit the Blue Lion. Hey to you. We've got James Lewis, Sarah Halloran. We love your new stage names. Fantastic. And Vova is confirming, yeah, you are from Belarus. There you go, close to Poland and Lithuania. And hello to Ruben as well, all the way from Portugal. We've got Shadow Assassin. Hello to you.
Hi.
I can't remember where you're from, Shadow Assassin. I'm going to say Croatia. I think I've got that right. I've got the worst memory. And Euroboy4, you're saying that Mata Hari's been a big summer hit in Greece. Oh, that's another one that I've been streaming as well. I say streaming, I have to watch the performance of that because I just love the staging. But anyway, someone was asking us about Croatia. Let's talk about Croatia being robbed. And it was you, Carlos Allen.
Mm-hmm. I think it was robbed. I think there's no other way to put it. It had everything there, like the staging, the voice, the poses, the dancers, the whole thing. Maybe it wasn't like the most original song of the contest, but Moldova qualified. Let's think about that. So exactly, like the 17-second high note is not enough to justify Moldova qualifying. This definitely is not enough to justify Moldova qualifying and Albania and Croatia not qualifying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, with regards to Croatia, I would have definitely chosen it over a handful of songs in that semifinal. I mean, when we're talking about Moldova, that was, of course, in a different semifinal. So it would be a different discussion if they were in the same one. And yeah, like I would definitely choose that over Moldova. I will say, though, that I was watching it again. I was watching Moldova again yesterday, and I don't feel like it's as bad as people say. I know it's not great, and it probably... You know, again, there were songs that deserve to qualify a bit more. I would definitely say so, but it's not as that has kind of been the entry that a lot of people have been really heavily critical on, and I wouldn't necessarily agree with all of that. But back to Croatia, yeah, I agree. It's you know, well performed, looked great, great choreography, and yeah, you know, I think that you're right, Clara. It happened not to be the biggest heavyweight when it came to the song, and you know, if they were able to you know, give it a bit more originality, maybe that would have given it better chances. But ultimately, we knew that semifinal was going to be one where a good song was lost, at least one good song, and in my case, many good songs were lost in that one. But yeah, it's just how it goes sometimes.
Jess, you were a fan of Croatia as well.
I was, yeah, and I still am, and I do think that they deserved to qualify to the final. And I think had they been in the second semi, they could have easily qualified. And I think one thing that kind of bugs me, I guess you could say, is that they were top 10 with the juries and with the public, but yet still didn't manage to qualify. So it just kind of makes you think, how has that managed to happen? But definitely they were robbed. I hope they come back next year with another great song and make the final.
Yeah, it's a shame because there was a real sense in Croatia that they were going to do well with this song. And even for the Croatian Eurovision fandom, they felt like they had something that would do really well for them at Eurovision. So it just makes the disappointment of not qualifying kind of even more hard to take, I think. And in my mind, it should have gone through. Albina is such a young talent as well. So I just hope this hasn't put her off because she, you know, she can have a huge career and I would love to see her come back and try. I want to see a repeat of Dora as well. I don't want them to think that they've tried Dora out, they didn't qualify, so now they're going to go back to kind of internal selections. I want them to keep on with Dora because the show has been getting better and better over the past, I think they brought it back last year, wasn't it? Oh, sorry, 2019, wasn't it? And it's been getting progressively better apart from the man and the woman that were singing the duet, which was terrible. But
I still think of them every now and then.
Apart from that, the show has been getting better and better. So I hope they build on that. And Shadow Assassin is saying that Albina's got a summer song coming.
Nice.
That's good. I think we should state that this should not be a defining moment for Albina's career, and that I don't think it will be. a defining moment for her career. So now she's putting out music, so that's the most important thing.
And she was already known. I can't remember whether or not it was like X Factor or Idol. It was one of the talent shows that she had won or did really well in. But anyway, like she already had momentum going into this, and I don't think that this would be something that would necessarily put that to a stop. Because again, people, you know, as Jess pointed out, it was technically a qualifier in the individual systems, but because of how the points were spread, it you know, they ended up missing it by 5 points, which is a shame. It was obviously an entry with a lot of effort put behind it. And, you know, I think that for the most part, people recognize that.
Yeah. We'd say hello to Daniela. Hello to you, Ciao. Yes, we're here to talk about Eurovision. We're missing it. And, we're going to come and visit you. Which city do you live in? Is it a potential Eurovision city? Let us know. So, guys, let's talk about some of the news from this week. So we have had some Eurovision news. What is your favourite news from this week? Who should I go to first? Jess?
Mine would probably have to be. Do you know what it's going to be?
Yeah, if I do this.
It's going to be the potential return of Turkey to Eurovision. I'm happy because I loved Turkey in Eurovision. They sent some great songs, and I just feel like I need a Turkish Eurovision bop in my life again. So for that reason, they just have to come back.
I like it that this news is coming, that Turkey is interested in participating again, because I have friends in Turkey, and while these conversations were going on, they sent me an article about how the government is not very happy with the Eurovision atmosphere and so on. So I think it's very interesting how maybe the country is a little bit divided, but overall they are still interested in showcasing the Turkish music, which I think it's a great platform to do so.
Yeah, and I think that even we can tell that there is a huge audience for Eurovision in Turkey, regardless of their participation. So there's clearly a hunger for them to get back in. But, you know, it has been mentioned multiple times that the reasons that they have said for not for pulling out back in 2013 are not necessarily the possible reasons for why that might be. And I think you know, it is a country that was widely loved from, you know, internationally, and it would be very interesting to see them come back around now, because Eurovision has changed quite a bit since then. So I'd be really curious to see how they would approach it in 2022, for example.
Yeah, I miss the rock songs, the Turkish rock songs that we had. And then, okay, you can go, Andy.
Well, no, I was going to say exactly that. Let's not forget that Turkey hasn't always been I know you miss your Turkish bops, Jess, but Turkey have experimented with different kind of non-Eurovision sounds as well in the past. We had manga, we had
Marverozzi, we had Athena, Up, I Wanna Raise You Up.
Sure.
Yeah, and then we had a lot of another one, a bald guy, and there was like a gymnast. Yes, that one.
Which one was that? The bald guy.
Yeah,
there was like a bald guy singing a kind of rock song, and then
there was a gymnast in a ball
spinning around. But I don't remember the name of the song or the artist.
We're such a great Eurovision commentators.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, there's it's been publicly announced by Eurovision, so it's official that they are trying to engage with Turkey at the moment with regards to coming back to the Eurovision Song Contest. And they actually posted something on their Twitter and on their website, and it was confirmed by the Turkish side as well that those discussions happened. So no confirmation, but it looks hopeful that we may have them back at Eurovision next year. And for me, maybe a little bit of a surprise. I wasn't expecting it so soon. Obviously, the whole
Leave It Up. It's Yusek Sadakat, Leave It Up.
What year was that?
2011.
Oh, okay.
It didn't
qualify, no.
Maybe that's why.
Okay. So I probably haven't seen it then.
Yeah.
But anyway, with the COVID pandemic that's happened, I think countries will be looking at Eurovision as a way to kind of re-promote their countries again, and hopefully even winning Eurovision is a chance to welcome people back into their country. So I think Turkey will be looking at Eurovision in a different way, kind of post-COVID maybe than they were a few years ago. But it's great news. We've always said that we've missed Turkey in the contest. There is such a huge audience for it who were done dirty when TRT pulled out of Eurovision. So let's hope they get their chance again. And we see a bit of a different attitude from TRT to what we've been getting over the past few years. So it's great to see.
I think the fact that Måneskin have won this year has helped ease those last maybe questions they had in Turkey, had in mind why to participate or not participate, because this Måneskin victory has been so huge. I think I haven't heard so many repercussion or so many chatter around the winner in so many years. This level of chatter, this level of exposure that they are that they are experiencing. So they are not your typical Eurovision winners, so maybe this has swayed Turkey to the positive side of participating.
Hello to, I'm going to say Uleti Vladu. You hope Simge, Edis or Mango will represent Turkey next year. Let's wait for the confirmation that they're coming back first. Remember, there's only talk, so let's not get too excited. It could be, it might even not be a return for 2022. It could be the following year, maybe. Let's have a look. Yusuf, no, the bald guy wasn't so happy. Oh, no, that's like enough.
Oh my God,
he has another chance.
Shadow
now.
How could we Tech Tech? Probably one of their best entries of recent.
This is Doom Tech Tech was mentioned in this article that my friend sent me. They said that her clothing was not very representative of what the culture was, or like their values. It was like too short or too provoking. So I'm happy to see that maybe this is the chance for Turkey to bring something where everyone feels more represented.
And we'd be happy to go to a Eurovision in Turkey because it'd be nice.
Oh yes.
We know Son's always high up on our priority list. Euroboy 4. If I keep the beard until 2022, I don't know how long it would be. I don't know how quickly it grows. Stuart, you've probably got more experience in beard growing than I have. I've never had it before.
Well, it's different for every person.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, of course. Your beard doesn't grow at the same length. It's just like your hair. Like, how sometimes people they have to go to the haircut more frequently, get a haircut more frequently than for other people. It's the same with your face. Why not?
I had not thought about that, and that makes total sense.
Clara, any piece of news from this week that you want to talk about?
I like that Måneskin are using their platform to spread awareness of sorry, I'm going to start this thought again because I lost my track of thought. I like how Måneskin are standing for equal rights and breaking gender stereotypes. Guys can hug, kiss, cry, express their emotion, wear a skirt, and it doesn't matter. And I love that they are pushing this visibility because coming from the Baltics, where I see a lot of guys being very repressed on how to express their emotions, it's so refreshing to see such young people normalizing these behaviors and being friendly, being soft, being kind, being very masculine on stage also, but also allowing themselves to connect with this softer energy. And I love that Victoria is also so outspoken and is taking maybe the more traditionally masculine role. She's the one that talks, the one that manages a lot of things. So I love to see how the traditional masculine and feminine energies are so enmeshed in a way that it's not gender specific. I love what they're doing with their platform.
It's so refreshing. We have to talk about Måneskin because that was going to be my news. Here in the UK, obviously, they've got 2 singles in the UK top 10 singles chart, which is literally unheard of for you know, many artists would be loving having 2 singles in the top 10 at the same time. But the fact is Måneskin, who until 4 weeks ago were totally unknown in this country and now have their 3rd top 20 UK single, is just amazing. These guys are going to be big. And that's so refreshing to see. There's so much hysteria about Måneskin, not only in the UK, not only around Europe, but countries like Australia. When I'm connecting with new Eurovision fans, they all want to talk about Måneskin. And just thinking, how big is this band going to be? Because, you know, it's great watching them win Eurovision a month ago, but you would never expect this level of success for a Eurovision winner. And now you're just thinking, like, where the hell is this going to go? And people have been saying, oh, they're the new ABBA. And I was thinking, well, how can you compare Måneskin to ABBA? But ABBA won Eurovision and then had this huge worldwide success, and there was hysteria about them, and you can already sense that Måneskin are very different to kind of any other act that's out there at the moment, Eurovision or not Eurovision. I've not seen this level of hysteria over a musical act for a good few years. Because the music scene has changed, and you know, it's not about having a big single. You know, streaming has totally changed the charts and the way people discover artists. But Måneskin, it feels like they're doing something very different, or it's happening in a different way, and that's so exciting to see. And I did see a comment very early on in the live, and I can't remember who it's from. I wanted to know how the four of us felt about Måneskin's success. And yes, DJ Parody, Måneskin are nailing the charts. So guys, what do you think about this kind of new Måneskin hysteria?
Sorry, go ahead, Stu. I talk.
No, go ahead.
I love what you said about we haven't seen this kind of hysteria in many years, because it reminds me of the old school way of being a band, and the old school way of connecting with your fans through authenticity. It's not Måneskin, they're just so authentic, but they incorporate the glam. So they put on a facade, but they also live throughout it, and you get to see both sides, the stage performance and the humans behind it. And I think this is a big part of their success.
Yeah, I would say I would agree with that 100%. And, you know, Andy, you mentioned a few things about how people are saying that they could be the next ABBA. I do think that it's always good. You're never going to be at the right time to make a claim like that. It is, of course, good to see people have that kind of enthusiasm. And I think that it speaks to a number of things. Again, the strength of Sanremo as a selection, the strength of the Italian music industry, and the fact that, like, you know, the people from Italy are really excited about it. The Italian diaspora have something to look towards. There's a lot of opportunity to get a lot of people behind them as a band, and then potentially Eurovision by proxy of that. And another thing to remember, as we have said kind of throughout the year, is the fact that we did miss Eurovision last year has left people wanting it more, and perhaps there was a lot more attention being paid to it for being for having the significance that sometimes people forget about, because, you know, it has had this reputation for being kind of trashy for a long time. Obviously, we've come so far from like the mid 2000s, and I think that people are finally seeing Eurovision as a real opportunity for these kind of artists. So, you know, I think right now it's kind of like the perfect storm for a band like them to capitalize on this moment and you know, show the world who they are and the kind of music that they can put out and the kind of people that they can be.
You know what I love about Måneskin as well is that everyone's got their favorite, so it's not totally focused on Damiano. And it's, you know, I'm thinking of like bands like the Spice Girls, where, you know, you had to have your favorite Spice Girl, you had your favorite member of ABBA, you know, you had your favorite member of Take That or Westlife, and it's I'm really getting a sense that there's I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just love the fact that it's not all focused on kind of the lead artist. You know, there's so many people that love Ethan, and I have to say he's probably one of my favorites. See, there you go, and that's why this band are going to be big and they're just going to get bigger. And I'm so excited. And I hope they're going to start working on a new album soon. And they're not going to kind of, you know, if they're clever, they're not going to leave too big a break. They're not allowed a rest, is what I'm saying. With this album, they need to come back with another one. And let's just hope they're going to be guided in the right way. Because we heard this kind of rumor, I'm not sure if it's been confirmed, about Simon Cowell taking over management of the band. I don't think that's been confirmed yet. Unless in the chat can correct me. But, you know, Simon Cowell goes where he thinks the money is. So he obviously thinks that there's a lot of money in Måneskin. So, yeah, I'm loving this wave that they're riding on. And even Jess is converted and she's a Måneskin fan.
Yes. I think everything that they've achieved, they definitely deserve 100%. And I'm so happy for them, for the band, for Italy, for Eurovision. Yeah. It's just amazing to see.
I mean, they're getting mobbed, like when they go to do a radio interview in the Netherlands. I don't know if you saw kind of this footage or these pictures. They're literally getting mobbed. You know, during these times as well, people can't hold back. So yeah, it's amazing to see. It just makes this year so much more special.
Friendly reminder to anyone who's watching right now: please don't mob them. Love them as much as you want, but you know, respect their boundaries. You're saying seeing the success of Måneskin this year, can't help but think about Diodato. Do we think he could have won last year? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but the effect wouldn't have been the same as what Måneskin is getting.
Potentially,
no. Yeah, it wouldn't. I think it would have had a better, if Eurovision had gone ahead and COVID was still around, I think he would have won. Had COVID not been around, I think it would have done really well, but I'm not sure if it would have been a winner because our moods were very different at that time, and the song perfectly captured the mood of the world. So yes, if it had gone ahead, I believe that he probably would have won. And you know, if he'd have done the performance in Arena di Verona, I mean, that was just absolutely stunning. You know, you can't watch that and not shed a tear. Antonio, you're saying Simon Cowell will ruin Måneskin. Let's have a look. Ureti, you're saying if Simon Cowell is involved, it's definitely Jessie J for the UK next year. I think that was just a bit of spin to promote her later single, but we will see. Let's have a look. Eurovision South Africa, you don't want to see Sacha Jean-Baptiste and the Austrian stage director next year.
Hard disagree. Hard disagree with that.
Yeah.
I get it. People who follow Eurovision, they see them every year. They kind of become familiar with their approach, their technical approach to certain stages, but it shows in the results. They do well. They always have a handful of entries that do really, really well. So I warm-heartedly welcome them back as somebody who works in television every year.
I agree. Even though we, as you said, we can now see a pattern of work. It's like a signature, but it works. And I like how different both stage directors are and what they bring and how they complement each other's songs. Because at the end of the day, I don't think one can exist without the other. Like, this is a very healthy competition that I love seeing among them. And I think I actually want to see more of Marvin Dietman because I'm more familiar with Sacha Jean-Baptiste, and I don't think we've seen the best of Marvin Dietman yet.
Because I think this is the first year that he took on more stages than anyone.
Yes.
Also working with Dan Shipton. And I think this is the first year that he was doing multiple. There might have been a year where he was doing two at once, but usually it was either just Austria. I know that he worked with Germany once or twice. But yeah, like 7 songs, come on. And, you know, to have them all look great, like... He even made Spain look great.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Little football take here. Wales are out again. So Wales are out of the Euros, unfortunately. 4-0 to Denmark in their game. But do we think they'll participate in Junior Eurovision 2021? Jess, I think we've already got confirmation that they won.
I believe they've said once again they're withdrawing. but it's possible they could return in 2022 or beyond. I would love to see that personally.
Yeah, the more the merrier.
I was going to say, Antonia, if you want me to meet with Mahmood next year, you guys need to start doing something on social media, because we never had our carbonara dinner date. I'm desperate to have it when I'm in Italy next year, but I can't do it alone. So you guys need to help me. Send in messages, tweet, whatever you do on Instagram. I'm determined to get my carbonara in Milan, because he said that there was a great place to go, and I'd love to know where that is. Daniela, you're saying Deodato's song was beautiful. It was a classic ballad. The fact of rock #1 was a real revolution. I don't think we can disagree with that. Jess, we'll let you answer this one. Would you rather see Wales and Scotland at Junior or a UK return?
Well, I mean, I would love to see the UK return, to see like my home country returning. But then I know that by that happening, it means that Wales or Scotland can't participate, which I love Wales in Junior Eurovision, and I would like to see Scotland there. So in an ideal world, it would be cool if we could have like all of the separate countries, like England, Wales, Scotland, and Ireland. But to answer your question, I would probably say a return for the UK.
Is it likely to happen?
I don't think so. I know there's been kind of rumours the last few years, but I don't think anything will come of it.
You have to tell us more on that, Sarah Halloran. What press meeting are you talking about?
Another news I've heard and I've seen chatting is that Ed Sheeran has, every time he watches Eurovision, he calls his management saying he can do better and he wants to do it, and his management says not under our watch.
Yeah. And he also said something which I really didn't like, and he said, when Europe loves England again, one, it's the UK, it's not just England, and two, Europe doesn't hate the UK. So there you go, just said it. Let's have a look. All right, off topic. We're going to go off topic because it's still topical. Who's watching Euro 2020 and what do we think?
It's Euro. What do you mean Euro 2020? It's 2021 right now.
But they're still calling it 2020 because it was supposed to happen last year, I think, right?
Are we talking about football then?
Yeah.
We're talking about football. Am I the only one watching football?
I've not watched a single game at all.
All right. Well, I'm loving it. I'm happy that Denmark won against. Well, no, I'm not. I was supporting Wales, but I'm happy for Denmark because obviously they've had a rubbish. They've had a rubbish season. Who is going to win? Oh, I'm going to say between. I'm going to say between Italy and France this year. Spain haven't been playing fantastically well. Portugal would have been up there, but I've changed my mind on Portugal. So I'm going to say it's going to be an Italy-France final this year. But we will see.
Wow. That's actually like Eurovision.
It is, yeah.
It could be. Well, Barbara Pravi has to knock out
Måneskin once again.
No John's tears in the knockout phase, you see. So we'll look at it all as Eurovision. But yeah, so Barbara Pravi, Måneskin final. Let's have a look. Euroboy 4, you're watching the Portugal-Belgium match at the same time. Ben Ent, you think Italy are going to win. Carlos Allen, Croatia. Wow, this whole conversation has really taken a turn. Eurovision, South Africa, you think Croatia's going to win. Ben Enti, you're hoping for England. England are playing well. Thank you, Iveta. I don't think many people have ever called me intelligent, but thank you very much. I don't even know what I said. Guys, any other kind of Eurovision topics, Eurovision comments? I've just got Muscata Principessa. You're saying Måneskin really high on the global Billboard charts, the one that excludes America. With Zitti E Buoni, I Want to Be Your Slave, and their cover Begging. So Begging is the other song that's in the UK charts at number 10, I think, and I Want to Be Your Slave at number 6.
Have you all watched the performance of Damiano doing the pole dance?
No.
Okay, that is one of the. Then you have to watch that. He can pole dance as a pole dancer, and apparently that was one of Måneskin's qualifying songs or performances in the X Factor they were participating in. And we haven't seen. There's still much to see of Damiano. He is very, very talented.
All right, guys, we've got some questions coming on. So coming in, Eurovision South Africa. Do we think that ITV will take Eurovision more seriously than BBC because they also have EBU membership as well? Well, this is kind of an ongoing debate in this country, isn't it, Jess, with regards to the BBC and ITV? And I would say there would be advantages for ITV taking over Eurovision in this country, but there would also be disadvantages. So shall we talk about a few of those?
I mean, I think with ITV, they would be more willing to lose some of the control and kind of let the artist have more creative freedom, which would obviously be a bonus. I think with ITV, there's more possibility of having kind of a show, like a selection show, having promotion of the contest of the artist, which we don't really get very much with the BBC. So from those points of views, if the contest were to move to ITV, I, for one, would be very happy. But I don't know what you think.
Yeah, so let's talk about the disadvantages. We would have to put up with commercial breaks in the Eurovision. However, the advantages for me far outweigh the disadvantages, and nothing against the BBC or BMG, who are kind of steering the UK Eurovision ship at the moment. But I would love to see a UK Eurovision on a commercial channel. One, because there would be more money. Two, I think we would do far better staging, and we would have the available budget to do that. Three, the BBC is always under lots of scrutiny because of the fact that here in the UK we have to pay a license fee to the BBC each year. So there's always a lot of scrutiny over the content that they put out. And I think they play it safe for that reason. But hey, if you're playing it safe and you're getting bad results, maybe they need to take a risk. And I think ITV would be the people to take the risk. I also think ITV could draw in some big names. I think they could put on a fantastic national selection show. They've done great things with with contests like The Voice, with the X Factor. I know it's not so popular now. And, I know people don't like Simon Cowell, but, you could even get someone like Simon Cowell involved. He's mentioned in the past that he would love to take it on. So I would love to see what a UK Eurovision would be like with ITV.
Will Simon Cowell then turn to be the British Kirkorov without the singing?
Yes. I could see that happening, yes.
Imagine if he started to dress like him. That'd be crazy. Dear. So there you go, Eurovision South Africa. Saul Brown, you want to know who do we expect to see in Paris since many countries left? Well, there's an article on our website that Jess did recently with regards to who is confirmed at the moment. Jess, are we still waiting to hear from anyone?
Yeah, there's quite a few that haven't said anything. I think
what
Albania,
about Australia?
Yeah, Australia, I think have yet to make a final decision. Albania, North Macedonia, I want to say Serbia as well. There's quite a couple that are still undecided at this moment. But I think so far we have, 6 or 7 definitely confirmed. So if we could get at least double that, then it's better than nothing.
There may be the possibility that a country like Australia will be able to perform kind of at home again maybe this year, because COVID's not going to be over by the time we go to Paris in December. Shadow Assassin wants to know who is our biggest grower from Eurovision this year. Yours is Switzerland. Stu?
Oh, I'd have to think about that. Yeah, come back to me while I consult my library.
I know I've criticized this entry harshly, but I'm gonna say Moldova, because I like the recorded track. That's the thing. It's a great recorded track. It's not a great live performance, and I like to listen to the recorded track.
Jess?
Mine would have to be Italy. Wasn't a big fan at the time of Eurovision. Now I'm starting to like it more and more.
Okay.
And mine is going to be. I'm just having a look at a list now. Do you know what? I'm going to say Iceland, Daddy. That's probably my biggest grower from when I first heard it, and I didn't think it was that great. Ending up really, really liking it by the time the Eurovision Grand Final came. So I'm going to say Daddy Freya.
Mine is Denmark.
Nice.
Yay.
Which is not necessarily a song that I would listen to on a regular basis, but I enjoy the joke that they made it on stage.
You know, this has been one of my proudest moments of Eurovision, Stuart. I love seeing you totally converted when it comes to Denmark.
But this doesn't mean that I want to hear next. I don't want all the songs to sound like 80s songs next year. It was a one-off. It's not going to happen every time.
Stuart for president.
Yes.
I won't show you my new 80s t-shirt, but I had you in mind when I bought it. We've got Hey Emma Kiernan in Canada. Hello to you. Can we discuss outfits from Eurovision 2021? Yes, we can. Stefania's was your favourite for Greece. She looked stunning in that kind of glittery pink. I'm going to call it a cat suit.
Yeah, you can call it.
In person.
My favorite outfit was actually, it's kind of cheating. It was Måneskin's first rehearsal outfit, because the first rehearsal they were wearing silver and black. And I love what they wore on stage for the final, but my favorite take was the first one.
Mine would be Leslie Roy. She looked so great on stage, and I really liked what she was wearing at the turquoise carpet.
I really loved this kind of golden yellowy jacket that Benny Cristo was wearing. I thought that was quite cool. I can't think of any other outfit that kind of, stands out to me. Stefania looked great. I can agree on that.
Yes.
I'm just having a look through my list. I'm going to say Kate from Go A. I loved her look. I had no idea what she was going to wear, and at first when I saw the green jacket, I thought, I don't know, it didn't work for me, and then absolutely loved it. I thought she looks amazing. We had lots of kind of short dresses with string hanging, tassels. I loved Benny Cristo's jacket. He probably had one of my favorite looks of the contest, and I'm going to say Portugal because they look so damn smart.
Yeah,
I miss that at Eurovision, people in kind of bow ties and dressed up for an evening. So I think that's everyone. And of course, I loved Denmark's 80s vibe as well. And yeah, Stefania looked amazing. Let's have a look at Antonia. You don't want to see ads, but you prefer the BBC. But you think ITV would probably do better as a whole. Let's have a look. Do we think Switzerland has any chance to win Eurovision in the near future? Yes.
Yeah. And in 2019, they charted 4th with Luca Hänni. They've charted 3rd this year.
Yeah, and we can only assume that they would have been in the top 10 as well last year. I'm pretty sure that happened.
So they're almost there. They're climbing, slowly climbing, quite fast, but slowly climbing.
Yeah. It's like, it happens, doesn't it? Netherlands turned it around. Belgium turned it around. Portugal turned it around. Now Switzerland's turning it around. And France as well, have turned it around over the past 5 or so years with a couple of top 10 positions. I think Alma came just outside.
Well,
I can't even remember where Mercy came in the end. It didn't come top. Was it 13th?
Yes, they were.
Oh, it was. So
you have an amazing memory, Jess.
She does. She's like a Eurovision.
Like my mind is filled with all these facts and figures that never really help me in life unless I'm doing a live video.
We've got Frank McRavau. Hello to you in Italy.
Ciao. Ciao.
Let's have a look. We've got Anisha Karnow, who is in India. You're a new Eurovision fan. Wow.
Welcome.
Hi.
Oh, and you've just found us. So please subscribe and make sure you join us in our lives. And we've got plenty of content on our channel, so you can go back and watch some of the Eurovision history. So lovely to see you, Anisha. Hope you're well over in India.
Anisha, tell us which one was your favorite song this year, and if you know any song from the previous years.
Let's have a look. Ben Enter wants to know, do we think Albania could win? You're not from there, but you'd love them to win.
I would love to win, but I am a little bit tired of seeing them repeating the same formula year after year.
Yeah, I think that when it comes to FIC, like FIC they always have really great songs, but they're not always the ones that can benefit the most from Eurovision. And I think that for the last few years, they've been selecting it with exclusively a jury, and I think that they would benefit from incorporating a televote. You know, having a balanced system and keeping it that way. Yeah, they have the talent. The talent is clearly there. It's just a matter of, you know, choosing something that has that broad appeal. At least we can say that, you know, qualification for the last few years has been pretty good. At least as far as like getting to the final. I know that in the final they haven't always performed that great, but still, you know, it's still an accomplishment, I would say. And yeah, like the talent is clearly there.
Let's have a look. Saul wants to know, do any of us follow Eurovision Choir? I never have, I'll be totally honest.
I think I watched it once, and then I also watched Eurovision Song Dancers, like the dancing one, which I thought it was not interesting enough, unfortunately.
Tell us what you like about the Eurovision Choir, Sal. I'd be curious to know. Actually,
I think I might have watched the first one. And it was, for me, I've enjoyed watching choir shows on TV before. Like there used to be a show in the UK called Last Choir Standing, and you get a real mixture of choirs. Like you get gospel choirs, you get kind of rock choirs, you know, like beautiful Welsh choirs. But yeah, it was a bit too, I'll just say it was a bit boring for me, I'll be honest, because the music all seemed to be one style, and I would like to have seen a bit of variety. It may have changed from when I first watched it. We've got Linnea, hello, from Stockholm. We're doing well on this summit.
Yeah.
Hope you are too. Shadow Assassin, plot twist next year, it'll all be gold dresses.
And the following year, bronze dresses.
Hello, Nelson Salgado. You want Kazakhstan to join Eurovision? Could happen. There will be an extra space in the final next year, obviously, because a Big Five country has won. So I say an extra space. There'll be 25 countries in the final. Maybe they could pull Australia 2015 and give Kazakhstan a shot. Who knows? Since Big Five and the winner are qualified, who'll be the 6th qualifier this year. So there will only be 25 countries in the final, as opposed to 26. So still 10 countries from each of the semi-finals. Carlos Allen wants to know, what do we think of the 4-0 points for the first time?
Needed to wake people up, to wake television stations up.
Yes, for 3 of those. 3 out of 4, I would say so.
Not the Netherlands.
Not the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Not the Netherlands. Actually, not the Netherlands, but I was talking for Spain, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I kind of went on a bit of a rant about the UK last time. Yeah, it was needed in that regard. It was needed in Germany's regard. I don't think, like, I kind of was hoping that Spain could get a few points, because I do think that they had a talented singer, but with regards to the song, it wasn't a heavyweight by any means. At least the performance looked nice, I would say.
Yes, that is why I want to keep seeing Marvin Dietmann's work.
Rye, thank you. Rye Bailey, where's your comment? You hope Cyprus sends something different next year. I hope Cyprus sends something different next year.
It's time, yeah.
It's the Eleni Foureira formula has been done 3 years in a row, basically.
Anisha, in India, you're saying Måneskin were your favourite. Yes, you love rock music. So, did you discover Eurovision because of Måneskin winning? Did you discover Måneskin first and then you found out that they won Eurovision? Or did you get to see them? Did you watch the show? Did you get to see them win? I did see a comment here. So Linnea wants to know, and we'll do it in this order. Our favourite Eurovision songs from the 90s. So, Jess.
Ooh. I love Gina G just a little bit. I love We're Giving 'Em Party by Mikado for Germany. I love our winning entry, Love Shine a Light. I love Bandido from Spain. I love Italy's last winner, Insieme. Those are just a couple of 90s songs that I love.
Stu.
So I have to say, I haven't watched all of the Eurovision shows from the 90s. In fact, I don't think I've watched, apart from the one that we watched together, 93, I haven't watched a full show from start to finish. But I would agree about Bandido from 1990. Also Tai Chi, who we got to speak to last year, and she was really nice. But my favorite would go to Paul Oscar with Min Hinsti Dance.
Oh,
Nice.
that's Paul Oscar dance. Sorry.
Mine would be Love Shine a Light and Take Me to Your Heaven. Take me to your heaven.
So
Charlotte Dorali, or Charlotte Nielsen, as she was called at that time.
So mine, my favourite, I think, from the 90s would have to be Edyta Górniak, Poland, 94.
That's a good one. I like that one too.
But there were so many good ones in the 90s. Let me think. Others that I liked: Germany, 94. Jess, you mentioned it already.
Yeah.
Party. There was so many good ones in 93 and 94. I think Tai Chi as well, Stu, and I have to say Ruth Jacot, Vrede from the Netherlands in 1993. It was my all-time favourite Eurovision song until a few years ago.
Thank you, Your Boy 4 as well, because I forgot about Nocturne. That's a great one.
Oh, yeah.
And such a unique entry that we will probably never see again.
Yeah. What's your favourites from the 90s? Let us know. Let's have a look.
Oh, yeah, and another Eurovision related news. Vanessa Ninja! They come together. They're back together after 13 years, and they have released a new single called Gotta Get It Right. And in October, they will release their new album, Encore. And I am so happy about this because they are my favorite band ever. And for me, it was very inspiring to see 4 girls playing their own instruments, even if most of it was playback, but like the visual of seeing 4 what seemed very empowered women doing their own thing, it really was an impact for me as a young girl. And the fact that they have remained close friends and in a hiatus, how do you say this word?
Hiatus
for 13 years, and they've managed to reunite 13 years later. I don't know any band that has reunited so later on. So I'm super happy.
And a potential Eurovision return, maybe? Could you ever see that happening?
I could see it happening, actually. I've heard rumors. Yes, really? Because they would compete in Estilaul, and then I can't get to see them. I'm really hoping they will give concerts this year after the summer, they said, because I've been telling they're here. They must be.
Can I just say, you guys in the live are bringing out some great 90s Eurovision hits.
Yes, please, bring it with.
In Your Eyes, beautiful song. Let's have a look. Nelson Dinley from Osaka. Yes.
Good one.
Emma Kiernan. Imani, Where Are You? These would all be like in my tops of favourite 90s songs. Euroboy 4. Secret Garden, Nocturne. Let's have a look. Carlos Allen, you're saying Nekami Nesvane, which was Daniela, I think, in 1998. Emma Kiernan, Selma, All Out of Luck. So that came second to Charlotte Nielsen, I think. And yes, Jess, this is going to be your new name. You're an ESE data.
I love it.
Let's have a look. Carlos Allen, you're saying Bosnia aren't coming back. Yeah, so there was I think there was some news about a month ago. There was some statement saying that they still can't come back because of the funds. Very sad. Oh, can I just say, Stuart, if you don't know this one, you have to watch this. This one is literally Italy at their finest. Have you heard this one?
Possibly. I'll have to check it out again to see.
Oh,
It's very.
and she's got. I remember Terry Wogan say that she sounds like she's singing. She gargles with razor blades. She's like a very raspy voice. But it's such a beautiful classic song. That's the thing about Italy. They're not just good now; they were good back then as well. It was, they were still sending really classy songs most of the time. Rye Bailey, you're saying Eurovision is tipped to be hosted in Turin. I think I say for all of us that we really don't care. We just can't wait to be in Italy.
Yeah.
Yes. And in Eurovision that there is sun because it was freezing in the Netherlands.
Yeah. And hopefully where a lot of our viewers live, so that if we can't find somewhere to stay, you can all offer us room.
So we can mooch off you is what he means to say.
Because I think there's going to be a lot of people going to Italy, so the hotels are going to be in demand. Let's have a look. Shadow Assassin wants to know, do we think it's better when famous singers participate in Eurovision or the incognito ones, so maybe less well known? You're still perplexed with San Marino.
I personally don't think it matters whether you're famous or not. I mean, Eurovision should be for everybody, whether you're someone like Sergei Lazarev or whether you're someone like Electro Velvet. I think there's a place for everyone. And I think as long as you have a good song and you kind of perform well and have a good staging, then it shouldn't matter whether you have 1 million subscribers or like 5 subscribers,
Yeah,
we mentioned Serhat and Electro Velvet in one live video. If anyone says Dustin the Turkey, I'm literally gonna stew.
I would agree with what Jess said. Also, I'm reminded by, I think you said this in one of the last videos, Clara, that one of the nice things about Eurovision and one of the things that people seem to like about it is the fact that most people who come to the show, they don't have a reputation, and it's an opportunity for them to prove themselves without this idea of who they were before that moment. So like, I guess I would probably give a slight edge to people who are not as well known. But as Jess said, it has more to do with the song and how you make use of those 3 minutes on stage. And obviously somebody who is well known and experienced can do that just as well as somebody who is making their breakthrough, as it has been for someone like Duncan Lawrence.
I agree with what you stated, because I also stated it. So
yeah, so I pretty much took what you said.
Thank you.
We've got some more 90s Eurovision songs. Yusuf. Yeah. We've got Rita. Hey, Rita, Eurovoxer. You want to know, each one of us, what is our favourite Portuguese entry of Eurovision? Stu.
Whatever, I'll go for playback. Carlos Pael from 1981.
Stu?
An odd choice, but okay.
I mean, look, there's so many to choose from. I would also go for like Salvador Sobral or even Conan Osiris, even what else? O meu coração não tem cor from 96. Yeah.
Jess.
Mine is O Jardim.
Yes.
Oh yeah, another one.
Yeah, that would be mine too. Plus, Yo Quiero Ser Tua for Euroclub reasons.
Yeah. Do you know what, actually? There's so many Portuguese ones that I love, but my favourite would probably have to be O Jardim as well. And I'm quite surprised that 3 of us have mentioned that, but it was that was our first Eurovision all together as well. So maybe it holds special memories as well. But I just think it's a beautiful song. It shouldn't have come last. But I'm also got some honourable mentions. So I have to say, who do I have to say? So I have to say Annabella from 93, Sara Tavares from 94, Filipe Azevedo, is that right? Disney one?
From 2010. Had the scene.
Another honorable mention for me, la de Hay un mar que nos separa. Hay un mar que nos separa. Leonor something, maybe?
2015.
Who?
Leonor Andrade.
Yeah, that one.
Any others?
I also really like Todos a Juros do Amor by Fleur de Lis.
Ah.
Oh, you cried. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, a significant one would be 1974, Depois do Adeus, because
Was that difficult?
it's the one that they used to overthrow the dictatorship.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Let's have a look. We've got Ahmet. Hello to you. We were talking about Turkey potentially returning to Eurovision before. So if you weren't around for that, you can rewind and go and watch it. It was near the beginning of the show, I think. Carlos Allen, you're Maria Magdalena.
We need a Euro club together to like.
Another great Italian one, Fiumi di Parole.
Yes.
Let's have a look. We've got Miss Mad Hat. Hello to you. Dutch weather sucks. It sucks here as well in the UK as well. We've got some rain today. And Euroboy, I can't do this one without going. Ora tu fotos.
That was great. We clearly need a Euro club.
I took a video. We were watching that over Zoom because this was like pretty early in the pandemic, and as we've got the program going, I could see Andy just be going like.
You have a great move, Andy. That's a great move.
And I think that was my favorite from that show too. I think
Andy's move?
Andy's move, but also the song from Greece.
That was such a good year for Eurovision. Let's have a look. Michael Forbes, you're impressed with our Portuguese knowledge. Thank you very much. Let's have a look. Rita Fonseca, you're saying E Depois do Adeus. Which one was that?
That's the one that started the Carnation Revolution in '74.
Oh, okay. And Emma Kiernan, yes, Portugal '96. And do you know what? That's completely gone out of my head. I can't remember how it goes. I remember. I just want to go. That's a different one.
Oh, that was I like that one.
Caminar.
Come away, get it. That one. Yeah, is that it?
Yep, I think.
There's been so many good. Senhora do Mar.
Senhora do Mar was the first time I saw Portugal qualifying, and I was really happy.
Oh, and I'm sure that's written by Croatian. I think.
Senhora do Mar?
Written by Croatian, yep. Nelson, you're saying Conan or Sirish, of course. You're
still slaps.
Muscatina, you're saying, did we read the long article New York Times from Måneskin? I haven't read it.
I saw the image of the newspaper, but I didn't read the text. Instagram person.
I started reading it, and then the what do they call that? The Paygate came up, and then I had already read my one free New York Times article. So maybe it's time for a subscription.
Basically, no, we haven't.
Here we go. Somewhere in Europe, apparently on BBC iPlayer, you can watch Eurovision 1974 and 1998. Oh wow! Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Rita wants to know, did we place Black Mamba higher or lower in our personal lists after the live performance? Me, higher.
Definitely higher.
Me too, not significantly, but also because it wasn't very low to begin with, like it was for some other people. Just saying.
I was happy to eat my words.
Sarah, Raphael Gorlazzi, Madness of Love for Italy too. You never it was so different for Eurovision. You know, the only thing that disappointed me about that was when they put in the English lyrics. I would have liked it all in Italian. I think.
Yeah, and jazz, his jazz fusion, pop jazz fusion was so interesting to see in a Eurovision stage. I hadn't heard this kind of sounds on a Eurovision stage till that point.
Yeah, they should have won. That's sorry for fans of Azerbaijan that year, but they should have won, hands down.
I still don't know how Azerbaijan won that year. How many votes? How many votes?
I have a few theories. I'm not going to talk about them publicly. Let's have a look. Rye Bailey, nice and sunny in Wales. Guys, we're going to have to wrap up because we've gone way over time. We've loved talking to you all. Saul wants to know, do we think NBC should send the winner of the American Song Contest to Eurovision?
As an interval act, sure. As a participant, no.
Yeah,
Agree.
I agree with that.
Like,
I would like to keep Eurovision and America Vision separate, if possible.
if they want to do then an extra show where it's all of the like Eurovision winner and the American winner, maybe the Asian winner or the African winner, like a 5-continent thing, and Oceania winner, they could. I would be happy with that. But like, what in getting America involved in the European show, I would not like that.
As a nation, like obviously there have always been Americans involved and people that come from all kinds of non-participating countries that are involved with the production of Eurovision. And it honestly, it's not even that I would dislike for them to be there. I just don't really see much of a point, because I think that the kind of discussion that happens around this says that from a competitive point of view, they probably wouldn't benefit that much.
Yes.
And you know,
they already dominate the music industry, so there's no point for them to.
Well, there's that, and also people talk about the possibility of why Australia doesn't do super well with the televote, with the exception of a few times, as being the fact that they are outsiders, and obviously that's only a speculative kind of thing, but it is possible, and if that were the case, then I imagine it would be worse for America, to put it that way.
Only a couple more questions, guys. Carlos Allen, I can answer this. Best answers at Eurovision this year, it was me.
Andy, yeah, I was going to say Andy.
Make a prediction: who will win Eurovision 2022? The country that gets the most points. There you go, guys. That is. We have no idea, no songs. We won't know until we hear the songs. But guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a fantastic week ahead of you. We will be back for another live, of course. And we hope to see you all soon.
And happy Pride.
Yes, guys. Happy Pride Month from
all the
Eurovoxx.
discussion of Eurovision and football, and we should not forget the significance of this month.
Yes, exactly. And Bayern Munich should have been allowed to light up their stadium with the pride flag.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you all soon.